Hello, fish class. We just finished reading Let's Make Faces by Piven. It was such a fun and silly book, didn't you think? I really enjoyed all those funny faces he made out of things around his home and things he collected. So I thought maybe it would be fun if we made self-portraits. So a self-portrait is a picture of yourself, and you create it using sometimes paper and pencil or crayons. But Piven, the artist and illustrator of the book Let's Make Faces, and he has other books he's created, he did his own self-portrait, and I wanted to share a picture of him and his self-portrait with you. So here he is. This is what Hanok looks like. He lives in Israel, and he travels the world to tell people about his art, and he helps people create their own self-portraits. So look at him closely. He's got eyeglasses, he's got a big smile and a beard, a nose, 2 ears, and he has hair. Do you think he included all those things in his self-portrait? Are you ready? And here it is. Does his self-portrait look like him? I love it. I see 2 eyes, and maybe he picked the olives as eyes because he lives in Israel. And if you remember from when we went around the world, that's something that grows in Israel. He's got eyebrows made of toy screws from a play toolbox. He's got a beard made of lots of different things and colors, and a banana nose. And look at that hair. It's very whimsical. Whimsical is a fancy word for fun and creative. So that's Hanok, and now I'm going to tell you how I picked the things I picked to make my self-portrait, and I'll build it as you watch. So first thing I had to do, and you'll need to do, is look in the mirror. Yes, I see my face, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, ears, hair, eyebrows. Do you have those things too? Well, I'm going to show you what I picked out to represent myself. The first thing I picked out is a serving plate from my kitchen because I love to cook meals for my family and serve them. So I'm going to start with that. And I also found a towel that kind of reminded me of the color of my hair. I see white, I see silver or gray, and a little bit of yellow. So I rolled it up, and that is going to be my hair. So let's get started. I've got my plate, my head, and here's my hair. And let's see, I'll start with eyes too as a feature. And these are just honey jar lids. And this is a bobbin. And I picked bobbins with green thread because that's what color my eyes are. I like to sew, and bobbins go in sewing machines. And I like green clothes, or I like to wear green, so I had some green thread on those bobbins. And I'm gonna do some crazy eyes, just like Hanok Piven made some silly faces. I'm gonna make myself with a very silly face. I also picked out this fancy tassel in one of my favorite colors as a nose. So I've got 2 eyes, a nose, I need a mouth, I need ears. Let's see, here's my ears. Now, these are little decorations I found. Can you tell what they are? That's right, they're birds. And I picked these little birds because I love to feed them so I can watch them outside. And I like to listen to the birds. So I thought they would make great ears. ears. So I'm gonna tuck those in underneath my hair as ears in my self-portrait. Now I need a mouth. And these are some recycled materials that I found, that I got when something was shipped to us. So I could do a mouth like that, or I could do a mouth that's sort of surprised or says, "Oh no!" I think I'll do a funny, or I could do sort of a straight mouth or a crooked mouth. I think I'll just do a nice big wide mouth and then smile. And then I have some paint tubes, which I like to do crafts and paint. So I'm going to use those as eyebrows. And that's my self-portrait. Does it look like me? Now I want you to meet the other person who lives at my house. It's Mr. Dave. And Mr. Dave is right here. My husband Dave has a newspaper head. I cut it out in an oval or a round shape. I gave him a spoon mouth because he likes to cook too. Here's his nose. That's his wristwatch. Do you see it? This is his wedding ring, and this one's mine. And those are buttons from his shirt, which he'll have to sew on later. These are just some sticks, and this is a Sharpie, because he always uses a Sharpie to write things. Last thing I gave him were some light bulb ears. Now, some people say when they have a good idea, a light went off in their head. Do you think there's a light bulb in Mr. Dave's head? No, but he has good ideas. So I gave him light bulb ears. So that's Mr. Dave. Hi, Fish Klaus. Nice to meet you. Now I'm going to show you the portrait that I did of our class fish, Blue. Do you see Blue? There he is, swimming on a beach towel. That's not water, but it just kind of looks like water, doesn't it? So Blue is made out of a tissue box. And this is just some tissue I had, a shell, some paper clip fins. This is just a little cup with a stone in it. And look at what his lips are made out of. That's right. It's his fish net. Sometimes I have to use that when I change his water or clean his tank. So there's Blue, and there's some bubbles that he's blowing. I found those in the kitchen. Those are just rubber bands and some metal rings that are used for canning. There's some recycled materials down here. And since Blue's fish tank is in our kitchen, I grabbed some utensils from our kitchen to create plants in his aquarium. The big blue background is not water. It's just a beach towel. That was fun to do. I had fun making Blue. I had fun making Mr. Dave and my self-portrait. And I bet you're going to have fun picking out things to make your self-portrait. I can't wait to hear about what you pick, and I can't wait to see what your self-portrait looks like. So maybe you could ask a grown-up to take a picture of your self-portrait, or maybe you could also do one of someone else in your family or your pet. Have fun finding things to make your self-portrait and putting them together, making different things. Maybe you'll even want to make a monster or one of those silly faces like we saw in Piven's book. Have fun, fish friends, and I'll see you next time.